Hello and welcome to Scotland HQ. We're here at Oriam in camp with the Scotland women's national team ahead of their match against Ukraine at Hampden tomorrow night. We've got plenty coming up for you on the show. We'll have Erin, Cuthbert and Nicola Docherty going head to head in a Football Friends challenge. We'll have Eilidh Barbour on the show. We'll also have Beatty. But first and foremost, I'm joined by the skipper, and who better to kick us off? Rachel Corsie. Hello there, Rachel.
Hi Lewis, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, other than bitterly cold out here?
Yeah, I'm glad you managed that in one take.
Thank you very much for throwing me under the bus there. How are you anyway, Rachel?
I'm good,
here,
thanks.
Launching the HQ show with the women's team, it's great.
I know, I think we're all really excited about it. We were just speaking about it at lunch, and obviously a lot of the girls have seen the previous episodes, and so it's exciting to be a part of it now.
Yeah, and we'll have Jen coming up on the show. How has it been in camp before we start hearing from Jen and other players? How's it been this week?
Yeah, good. I think there's a little bit of nervousness, obviously, 2 bigger games this camp, sure. But we go into it in a good place, so there's plenty more to come from us, and I think you want to challenge yourself, so it's good games to look forward to at the same time.
How long did it take you to calm down after those celebrations, after that last minute winner? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I've probably watched it a few times. Yeah, obviously goals haven't come that often for me of late, so it was nice. Obviously the manner of the win, I think, boosts us a lot going into these games, and that's what we need. We need to take every advantage we can, so hopefully we can continue. Yeah,
well, we're going to take a look at what you guys have been up to in training this week, but just before we do take a look at that, how have preparations been with the manager?
Really good, really good. He has a real clear structure in what he wants, and I think that's really helpful for the group. And there's a lot of newness to it, of course, so just having that clarity has been really important. And the biggest thing, I think, is the girls are really enjoying training, and when you enjoy it, you typically give more. So it's been really good, lots of energy, and I think we feel in a good place.
Brilliant. Well, let's take a look inside the camp at training this week so far. Well, that was just a brief look at what the team have been up to this week so far. Delighted to welcome our next guest to the show. It's none other than Beatty. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
You're alongside my co-host for today, Rachel.
I've been roped into that.
Yes. I know. I do apologise. Jen, how has it been? We've just had a look at what you guys have been up to. How has it been this week in the build-up to a big game?
No, it's been good. It feels like not long since we were last here, so it's just nice to get back together again, and 2 huge games coming up. Obviously Ukraine first on Friday, so training's been going really well, and it's just nice to see the group again.
I was asking Rachel if she'd eventually calmed down after the celebrations of that last minute winner. What was she like? Give us the truth as to what she was like after that one.
Oh, I've not heard the end of it. I've not heard the end of it.
That is not the truth.
But I guess I know I'll get to see a bit of what you guys get up to in camp, but the spirit amongst the group seems great at the moment, Rachel.
It's really good. I think we probably feel almost clinging on because we're the older two, but
steady.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like there's been a good progression over the last few years of younger players being able to develop and come through and put themselves in a position to be in a professional environment and put themselves in contention, and we're starting to reap the benefits of that. But another part is obviously off the field. There's just like a good group. I think everyone feels they've got some close friends, which that's not always something that actually happens in a national team. And so it's just really enjoyable to be around and just to see everyone feel comfortable. That's something that's important.
Do you relish the experienced role then that Rachel's just thrown under your way?
The old role.
Yeah, the old role.
The old / experience is the more polite way. Yeah, no, look, I think I absolutely love coming away, and it's nice to. It is strange being that sort of older role now. I barely train, Lewis, to be honest. My body.
Didn't notice you in any of the training footage there, right enough.
But no, like just what Rachel said, like it is such a good group. I think it's been so refreshing also having Pedro come in and have some of his coaching staff come with him, and just this new perspective he's put onto us in the group, and along with that, new faces bringing fresh perspectives as well, and seeing the way the sort of Scottish game has grown. You could say we are in a little transition phase on and off the pitch, but everyone's on board, and I think that's like such an amazing feeling to be a part of. And you know, old or experienced, whatever way, it's still like just as enjoyable. Like I really, really do enjoy it. Yeah.
Has that played a big role in this unbeaten start to the group? Is it easy to say that, or is it, you know, more than just that kind of camaraderie between the group?
I think the games we've had, if we're being realistic about what we're capable of, then we had to take.
Expect to win them.
Yeah, we have to take 3 points in all the games we've had so far. I think the nature of the last game, there's quite a lot of criticism, but I actually think we played fairly well. We just didn't quite get that final part of, you know, clear-cut chances. Yeah. So obviously getting the result, I think in turn has probably given an extra boost had the game maybe been a 3-0 or a 3-1. Yeah. So yeah, I think we've put ourselves in a good position, and we need to keep doing that.
Yeah, we know what last-minute winners can do for fans, and it's great when you watch it and soak it up in the stands, but as a player on the pitch, what does it do moving on as we look ahead to Ukraine?
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, it's unbelievable when you get that goal, but I can understand from a fan's perspective how like it's not fun for a long period of time. But yeah, those wins are huge, and they do really, really boost it. I mean, we would have looked at that as, no disrespect, but probably 2 points dropped if we'd not come away with full points. But I think, as much as we keep saying, you know, we all get along really well, and the way that needs to reflect onto the pitch, like it's great having an amazing group, and but performances are always the things that we're going to look at as players. So yes, we've started the group well on paper, but we're so analytical with the way that we've looked at a lot of things to say, right, we're not actually there yet. We're not performing as well as we can be, and I think that's the next phase for Pedro and all of us to solve as players.
Well, we're about to see a very interesting conversation between Erin, Cuthbert and Nicola Docherty here. Any thoughts what we might see here as we're about to take this
No,
home?
but I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, well, let's take a look. It's Erin, Cuthbert and Nicola Docherty in Football Friends.
What is Erin's favourite feature? Tell you what, she's got really pretty eyes, and that's no me flirting, Erin. She's got good hair as well, good wee legs for her wee dribbling and that. I'm going to have to say it is her eyes. Which goal is Erin's favourite? I think this is really hard because there's Jamaica against Juve in the Champions League and the one against Switzerland. I'm going to go for the Jamaica one at Hampden because it was the first time we were playing at Hampden, and it was a big send-off game before the World Cup. Does she know this one's in here? The other answers are brilliant as well. Which still game character has Erin had a date with? Winston, Isa, or The thing is I actually know the answer to this one, but I don't think she knows this was going to be a question. It's methadone Mick, guys, just to let you know. What is Erin's favourite feature?
Where did you go
You've got great legs for the balling because you're a wee baller, right?
Oh, I appreciate that.
But I'm not flirting with you, right?
Right.
But you've got beautiful eyes. And I picked eyes.
That's why you're my pal.
That's it.
That's it. We're showing the love, look at that.
Which goal is Erin's favourite? Jamaica, Juve, Champions League.
Champions League? You're no Spanish now, stop trying to be Pedro him.
Sorry,
Champions League?
We've been in camp a while, it's the Spanish is taking off, or the Switzerland one. The send-off to the World Cup, scoring at Jamaica, against Jamaica, it was an absolute screamer, and it was in front of a very exciting record-breaking crowd at Hampden.
That's her being awfully nice. There must be a bad question in there of mine. Aye, correct. Oh no. What's this? Right.
Wait.
Okay.
Which still game character has Erin been on a date with? Is it Winston? Is it
Winston?
Is it
Can't believe this. Can't believe
Is
this.
it Isa? Oh, she's a bit nosy, mind you. Or is it?
Methadone Mick.
Was it just one day, or
He wasn't wearing the teeth. Let's just say he wasn't wearing the teeth.
was it dinner, cinema?
Dinner.
And how did you?
Then
meet
he,
them?
then he gave my mum a Christmas message. Big message, my mum. That was my mum's birthday present one year. A message, video message from Methadone Mick.
All right, how you doing, love?
He put the teeth and everything in for it. Beep for today. So question 1, what was the name of Nick's first pet? Is it Ross, Rox, or Rob? To be honest, if anybody's naming their pet Ross or Rob, I'm extremely concerned because I've definitely got a family member named that. So I'm gonna go with Rox. Where was Nicola born? Dunfermline, Stirling, or Falkirk? Bit confused because I know Nick's for Falkirk, but this could be a quick trick question and it could be Stirling. I'm gonna go with final answer Falkirk. What do the Chinese symbols mean on Nick's leg? Football passion. What is that? Live, laugh, love, or Scotland the Brave? Live, laugh, love. I had that in my living room, so I'm cringing at those days, but I think Nick's very kind of loves a wee quote, so she does, so I'm going for live, laugh, love. What was the name of Nick's first pet? Ross, Rox and Rob, and I said Rox because I don't see Ross and Rob being Doug's names.
Oh, there's a wee Rob coming for his
Aye.
dinner.
Ross, come on in for your dinner, son.
Nah,
Where Ross?
you're spot on.
Right, there we go. Right, where was Nicola born? Dunfermline, Stirling or Falkirk? I definitely know you're Falkirk born and bred, and I didn't know if the question was too easy, but I went with Falkirk.
That's absolutely spot on, mate.
There we go.
Well
I
done.
know my pal in it. Right, what do the Chinese symbols mean on Nick's leg? And I think quite clearly we can see live, laugh, love. And that's the final answer. Am I correct?
So, you're wrong.
No. No, I've not been slagging that and it's no. No. Is it football passion? It is football passion. I'm done with this. I'm absolutely done with this interview. How are you my pal after that, by the way? How are you my pal?
What else?
That is absolutely outrageous.
I'll explain.
Well, that was pretty interesting, wasn't it, girls? I would like to get your thoughts on what we've just witnessed there between Erin and Nick.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to fare the next few days.
Yeah, no comment.
That's going to be getting brought up in the dressing room, some of those answers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rinsed.
Who are the biggest characters in the dressing room apart from those two? I know you are the old guard that you've self-entitled yourselves. Who are the other characters?
Lisa Evans is pretty up there, I'd say.
Yeah,
She's a laugh.
Lucy Graham can be a bit of a joker as well.
Yeah, Dark Horse that comes out with the one-liners
Yeah.
that you're
Oh,
just
really?
like, that's funny.
Yeah,
Fair play.
she's good for she calls people out.
Well,
Good for a one-liner. just
Definitely
get
calls
it.
people out.
I hope you two are quick on your feet because we've got some questions for you sent in by Borough Primary School down in Gala Shields. So we've got a selection of videos here. I'm going to throw to you first, Jen.
Cool.
When did you decide to become a footballer?
Well, Jen.
I didn't have another option, to be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of left school with no plan whatsoever. I'd maybe thought about a year out, go travelling, and then thankfully one of the coaches at Arsenal phoned and said, would you like to come down? And that was an absolute no-brainer. So
Yeah.
that is why.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
Arsenal phone.
Yeah. Just got a phone call from Arsenal and I thought, why
Thought I'd
not?
give it a shot.
Listen, I'm just being. What is this? What is
I must have had the wrong number for me.
Clearly, Corsie. Let's get your question up next then. Give this one a go.
There you go.
Oh, I've got an absolute belter.
You've got a belter.
What is your favourite type of pizza?
If you say Hawaiian, I'm walking away.
Why? Because you don't like pineapple?
Just pineapple on
No,
a
I'm a
pizza.
big fan of that. That would,
Here's the
but I'd
start.
probably add mushrooms as well.
Alright.
It's getting worse.
Hawaiian with mushrooms.
Let's get worse.
I'm a bit fussy. I'm a bit fussy with
Stomach's
pizza.
churning over here. Let's get on to the next question quickly. What have we got for you, Jen?
So it was Hawaiian.
That's your
I would
answer.
probably go
Walking
with
that
that.
in,
I'm
okay.
fussy. I'm a bit
Because
fussy
she's
though.
been to
Fair enough.
Hawaii.
What was the best one you can remember?
Wow.
Wow. That's
That's
nice
a
one.
really good question. The
great
best
question.
win I can remember. Gosh, the most recent one was fun. Just that's probably fresh in my head.
I knew.
You had to say
Yeah, let's
That's a
go
good
with
one.
that.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
a
a
good
win.
one.
It was a last minute winner. It was at Hampden. It was you,
I know it was you.
and it
all
was just
comes together
yeah,
nicely.
like it was
Lovely.
just at Hampden. The crowd were unreal that night. Also, like literally didn't stop cheering,
I know.
and they were nuts when that goal went in, and so were you.
Absolutely.
And you didn't even run to them. You ran the opposite way. So
We'll give us one more question then, Rachel. Let's see what we've got now.
If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Okay, so did you hear that? If you could be any animal, what would it be and why? I would do a combination. I don't know, a lion, but I quite like an elephant.
a
They're
combination.
That's an interesting
You
combination.
know, like a lion's quite
I
fierce.
trust you to
A
answer that
lion's
differently.
loyal, like a
Nice.
kind of
Heart of a lion
Yeah.
in an elephant's body.
yeah. I'm gonna get slaughtered for saying that. She is so slow. The elephant at the back.
What have you done? You've
Sounds like
absolutely
an
done yourself. here. Oh, guys. Well,
Can't wait
listen.
to play Spain.
Well, we barely even spoke about the game. This is quite worrying, isn't it? But we have been speaking about some special moments. We've talked about the goal. We've got all the goals to show everyone watching on right now. But Jen, thank you very much for joining us on Scotland HQ. All the very best for tomorrow night.
Thanks very much.
And let's just remind ourselves of the goals we've scored in the campaign so far. Some special goals in there for sure. Now I'm delighted to say we are joined by broadcaster Eilidh Barbour. Hello Eilidh.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. We're here in the dressing rooms at Oriam with the skipper. Rachel, it's great to have Eilidh along with us in
It
here.
is, it is.
We've
I
just
feel-
messed up the dressing room to get her in and thrown her right in the deep end, haven't we?
Yeah, we've tried to make it look tidy.
I know what they look like, don't worry. Don't worry.
They're interesting environments, let's be honest. Eilidh, first and foremost, we'll talk about Ukraine at some point shortly, but your memories of following the Scotland women's national team, given the form that we've seen from them in recent years. I know you were out at the World Cup. Let's start with that one.
Yeah, that was one of the most special tournaments and summers I've ever had. It was incredible. Because we hadn't seen a Scotland team, like I didn't work at the Euros, so this was the first one I'd worked at where Scotland were back, major tournament, and to see Scotland walk out of that tunnel, you guys walk out of that tunnel and line up to do the anthem. That for me was the goosebumps. I don't know what it was like to be part of, but you know, all the things that happened in those 3 games, that's the moment that I always look back on, singing that anthem for the first time.
Yeah, I think what was amazing, or as a memory as a player, is there was so many fans before the game. You know, it was quite informal around just, you know, I remember where we were staying was on sort of the promenade and at the front. You can just went out the hotel for a wander in the morning and there was just loads and loads of Scotland fans. And that's probably one of the first times as a national team player we've experienced just fans being there for us, which was just really cool.
Yeah, I was there as a fan. Because it was against England, the team that were following England got to cover the game. So I had to fly down from Paris, where I was waiting to do the Japan game and Argentina game the next day. So I flew down from Paris. So I got to be a fan. And it was unreal in Nice. Like you say, it was just all kilts and pink tops. Yeah. It was the pink shirt that you had at the time. And yeah, I couldn't believe how many families and it was the first time I've been to a lot of women's games, and it is predominantly a female crowd, but this was mixed. There was all ages. It was brilliant, and you wouldn't have really known England were playing that day because it was just all Scots. It was so good.
It capture the nation, didn't it? How much would it mean then, Rachel, as a player to get back to a World Cup like that?
Oh yeah, it'd be huge. I think to do it back to back would be an incredible achievement. You know, I think so. People maybe don't quite realise that qualifying is so hard, especially within the Europe bracket. So. To do it back to back, obviously is the ambition, but it's obviously something really, really tough. And if you know, we do believe we can do it, and time's going to tell. We have to get the points on the board.
We did take a look at some of the goals you've scored so far, Eilidh. I'm going to put you on the spot and ask what your favourite one was.
I mean, what else am I going to say? A last-minute winner at Hampden. Come on.
Exactly. Tell us about your memories of that night, though. I mean, we just had the last-minute winner from the men's team with Scott McTominay, and then there we have Rachel following up with that one. It was a brilliant couple of weeks, wasn't it, for the national teams?
I mean, you can't beat a last-minute winner. No. But also, it's at Hampden. It's brilliant. Again, it must be incredible to know that every time you play a qualifier, you're going to run out of that Hampden tunnel. And the crowds have been brilliant. There's been really good turnout. The atmosphere's been great. It's great to see so many Scotland fans coming to see the women's team and knowing that it's at Hampden. It's there every single qualifier. There's no waiting to see, where are we going to play? What stadium's it going to be? What city's it going to be in? We know it's going to be at Hampden, and it's I'm so jealous. How wasn't I blessed with your talent?
And you must hear it all the time. I know you're good friends with Leanne Ross, aren't you? So you must hear it all the time and wish that you were a part of this.
Oh, I mean, I just wished I was about 10 years old now and had all these opportunities to kick a ball around and have dreams of being not just a professional player or an international player, but playing in major tournaments, running out at the national stadium. I mean, it's incredible. We
had a couple of questions from some of those school kids from Borough Primary School in Galashiels, and they asked Rachel and Jen what inspired them to get into football. But these girls in this team are inspiring that next generation, aren't they, at the moment?
Absolutely. I think with everything, if you can't see it, you don't know that you could be it. Exactly. And so all the barriers that all the girls have broken in terms of the women's game getting to where it is now, the professional nature of it, games at Hampden, here at Oriam, training in camps and getting the same as what the guys get on the national team. It's incredible, and it just inspires generations to come as well. You know, we see how far the women's game's gone in a short space of time. It's sort of, where it can go over the years to come. It's really exciting, and you'll be inspiring lots of young girls, especially when you score last-minute winners.
Yeah, just keeping it dramatic.
Why not?
Let's look ahead to Ukraine, though, tomorrow night. Massive game, we know, back at Hampden, though, in front of the fans. How has it been in the camp, Rachel? We spoke about it briefly, but how's it been as we look ahead to the game?
It's been really positive. there's still some work to do before we quite run out there tomorrow night. But yeah, the group is doing absolutely everything to try and make the most of every opportunity we get together. I think it helps. We've had 2 camps relatively recently, and we are sort of in a building phase, and that again helps the fact it's not been so long since we were last together, and it keeps everything fresh. And standard's good, energy's good. Everyone wants to impress naturally, but also we want to try and maximise our potential, which I think collectively is still up there as one of the top teams in Europe. And we have to go out and show that.
I know whenever you ask a player about a game that's not the next one coming up, they'll say, no, we're only looking at Ukraine. So I'll ask you, Eilidh, Spain after this, Ukraine tomorrow, that'll be a huge game.
Massive.
A very difficult task, though.
Yeah, and like Rachel says, it's so difficult to qualify from the groups into a World Cup from the European section. You know you're probably going to have to take points from the top team, which is Spain, and they've shown that they know their way to goal so far. They've got some real talent, but there's no reason why Scotland can't go out and get something. I mean, you've beaten a few big nations before, so why not do it again? Got the Hampden roar behind you when you're back in Glasgow. So yeah, it's exciting, and I'm sure these are the games that, as much as have a job to do on Friday, I'm sure this game is still in your mind, and you're excited about it coming up.
Yeah, it's a huge one to look forward to, and I think, as you say, they're probably one of the top international sides at the moment across the world. But you want to challenge yourselves against those teams, and so we'll have a game plan, and we'll do our best. And it might be a busy night for the back line, but we'll be prepared for that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Eilidh, Rachel, thank you so much for joining me on Scotland HQ. You were a terrific co-host, so thank you for joining me. Thank you. It is all attention now to Ukraine tomorrow night at Hampden. Let's hear you get right behind the team as Scotland look to get 3 points on the board. Thanks for joining us.